Okay, hello, good morning. This is a just do it on you kind of moment. And those scary hands and that scary face doesn't have to be part of it, does it? I can just do it and actually relax a little bit too. And breathe. And stop talking. That's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to move on with colour. And I've got my microphone on. Isn't that fantastic? And I think I've found a good position for you to be in too. So it's all working out. These are the flowers that I got from Betty's Blooms in Cockenzie. I bought them for the the Lochgreen demonstration, which I did a couple of days ago. They're still very much alive. Now, when I did that demonstration, there's a few videos on YouTube to watch if you want to. When I did that demonstration, I started with cadmium yellow, which is this one. Cadmium yellow, which is this one. Today I'm starting with lemon yellow. And actually, I was saying the other day I could have done with a few palette knives in order to get the paint out of the tubs, because they're not squeezing out for me anymore now. But instead I just used a brush there, so that's okay. So this is that's cadmium yellow then there. This is acrylic paint. Right, what am I doing now? Let's see. Someone said to me at the demonstration, she said, you're the whole time saying, what am I doing? She said it in a nice way, like. And actually I think it is a good thing for me, because it means that I'm not setting myself up to fail by having expectations. It's like it's all in flux, and I can kind of decide as I go what I am actually doing, or what is happening really, which feels to me a little bit more of a true phrase there. But what am I doing comes into it, because these hands need to move some way. Okay. Right, I'm just thinking I might be called upstairs to do a job for Lily in a minute, but I can pause the video. And am I in the way? Not really. That now is forsythia. That feels like forsythia to me. And look at it over there. You can hardly see it in the sun, but I can see more yellow than you can. It's not completely white from where I am. I think maybe I'll need to push you back a tiny bit when I get to... You're on the door. I need to push it back a tiny bit to get to the other side of the painting, but then you miss the bright side of the flowers, so it's a bit of a compromise either way. I'm laughing at myself these days. I think I lost quite a lot of hair last year at some point. I used to find it in the brush regularly. My sister told me after having a virus or something, or some kind of illness, a few months after that, her doctor said to her, because she was losing hair a few years before that after an illness, and she said, the doctor said that it was natural enough for the body to kind of have to lose hair a few months after, and now it's growing back, and you can see all these kind of wild tufts, especially at the front. But I'm glad to see it. You know, it just looks a bit kind of what's your man? One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. You know, what's that actor? You know, he's bald in the middle, I think. Oh, I can't think of his name. You'll be shouting it at the screen now. Anyway, I'll find it. I'll think of it before the end, I bet you. Okay, chrysanthemums. When I let go of it, I'll think of it. Right, so there's now, there's this, I think yellow ochre is maybe, let's see, that chrysanthemum. No, it's a gerbera that's underneath the chrysanthemums there. And I put yellow ochre on it. I put yellow ochre on it. I'm laughing because a lady came up to me at the end of the demonstration. She said, when you put that yellow ochre on, I thought you ruined it. I mean, she said she liked the painting and everything, but she didn't feel that it was that dark. And I think she's right, you know. Looking at it now, it feels like it's maybe a fresher colour. But yesterday, it was just the thing. Or at Lochgreen, whatever day it was. It wasn't yesterday. It was a few days ago. My God, we had a great time. Myself and Lily went over. Okay. I feel I'm being kind of fake because I've kind of had a bit of a hard morning interiorly. And and I kind of thought to myself, the thing that I need to do really is just use colour. So in case you think she's full of the joys, which would be a nice thing to think, you know, it's not always so. Right, a bit of the yellow, or in case you think she's full of the joys. Actually, I know that joy comes through this. I know that this is a kind of a formula for me, and if there is such a thing as a formula, and even, you know, you can feel my mind is kind of trying to play games with me still, like, around it all, and really all I need to do is just show up and do the thing. And I also want to buy more orange paint. I've got some lovely neon orange. Let me see. But I don't have, I've got some neon orange ink that'll work over that. Right, what am I doing? Let's see. I think, yeah, I want to give myself a bit of a break, you know, from trying hard. So what would be a good thing for that, I wonder? Maybe to explain the pot might be helpful. Just feel like that's quite a dramatic and something kind of free to do that. Like, this isn't really, it's not the colour of it, is it? Let's see now, we'll get some more paint out. I think maybe the cadmium red is the thing. Although even just doing that felt good, to be honest. I don't know why I've started so far down the page. Well, it's up to me, isn't it? I can lift things. I could always shift that stuff up if I wanted to. And that gives you an insight into my morning. It's good though, fuck it. Sorry, I shouldn't be swearing. Right. What'll I do next now? I'm using this tea towel because we've run out of kitchen paper. Do I even want to calm that down? I don't think I do, you know. I don't think I want to bring calmness in just yet. Yeah, I think what I want to do is to just let it be explained. Just the dancing colours to begin to be explained. Let's see now. And I thought to myself, I'm jumping ahead, I thought I could just put that there originally. What about this? This here will bring in that little bit of rest, I think. It's some lovely wrapping paper that I bought with this beautiful blue kind of watercolour flowers on it. I'll show it to you up close there, look. Isn't it lovely? I have more of it, but this here is all I can find at the moment. Will it go there, or will it go over there? Or maybe I might put, you know what, I'm thinking too much even about this. I'll just let that sit there. Okay. Right, it's like there's not enough room on the tables for everything I've got. And it might be a morning when I just let rip on this one. And then that might be all I want to do, is to just let rip on this one. I know it's very wet now, that brush. My God, it is really wet. Anyway, it'll do something. And then some green. So we've got a bit of green here. These are leftover colours from the other day, like, that I had on the palette, and I didn't want to just throw them away because I squirted out quite a bit. I thought I could use them again now. And there's some cerulean blue as well. Maybe there's a kind of a blue hint in those eucalyptus too that I could stick in there. Those eucalyptus leaves. I don't know, is my head in the way when I'm painting? see if I do it like that. You might get to see a bit more. Okay, so a bit of cerulean blue for the eucalyptus sticking out that way. There's some more eucalyptus there too, kind of. And there's some on this side as well. And there's some down here. Right, and what else could I do now? There's a bit more blue there, but it's not cerulean blue. It's not cerulean blue, that blue at the back. Might be a little bit of this one from my wallpaper. That might work there, because it's off, out of the light, this little bit of blue. Where is it now? It's up here and over there. A little bit of blue from the wallpaper that I got from B&Q. I think someone's mewing to get in or out. No, I can't hear them. They're not at the windows, so it must be just in my head. I'm so familiar with hearing the insistent voice of the cat trying to get in or out of this house. There we are now. I just had a straight line that I wasn't happy with there. Also, it's quite dark, and it doesn't need to be that dark over there. It's maybe over here a bit darker, where the backlit light is coming through, you know. So now what next could happen? Let's see. I think I might take a bit of that and bring it over there, because those flowers are heading off the page. Those, I don't know, Veronicas, maybe they're called. Totally made that up, but it seemed like it sounded right. What else? No, maybe a bit more of that. Kind of liking that for the eucalyptus somehow. Oh, here's Margot now. She will start mewing at the window. It might have been telepathic, maybe. Right, I'm squirting out some of this PVA glue onto the palette, and I'm tearing up little bits of that blue bit of the wallpaper, because I think it might work for, yeah, here she is, Queen of Sheba on the window. Out the window. I'm not going to turn you to look at her now, because you'd be sick of being shaken. Right, come on, you. Let's go. I think I'll stick a bit more of that eucalyptus-y flowery thing over here too. There's something kind of exciting to me about using something that's different, even if later on I might rip it off or something. You know, I feel like the complacent thing is the thing that I want to, on all counts, avoid. It represents to me stuckness. Complacency represents stuckness to me, and wanting to please, actually. That's a desperate thing. Wanting, you know, for the impetus behind doing something to be one of two things. Number one, to be wanting to please someone else, or yeah, and number two, and it's probably the same thing, is to use it, to have a plan, an agenda behind it, and to try and use it to go somewhere different. And I think I could be guilty of that at the start, but I kind of forgive myself for that, because it's led me to a place here now where I recognise that actually where I am is just fine. Who I am is just fine. Where I am is just fine. And I don't need to go anywhere different. And even if it feels uncomfortable, it is what is here. And as usual, although it's a very fucking tricky journey sometimes, as usual, acknowledging that is the thing that that brings space into it, you know. And I was actually reminded of that myself this morning. Somebody got in touch who's writing a book on ghost stories. I won't say her name in case she's you know, I need to ask her first. She's writing a book on Irish ghost stories, and she said, Anya, is it okay if I use something that you quoted in one of your newsletters, like something that I said, not one of my quotes now? And it was like that. It was something to do with about spaciousness, and I feel like I want to read it again myself. So if you tune into part 2, in the meantime, I'll have gone and got that quote, and I'll let you know what it is. Because, you know, I was surprised. I shouldn't say that. I was surprised at how wise it was. Sometimes we are wise, aren't we? You don't expect yourself to be, but actually, sometimes you kind of are. And it's kind of, it doesn't seem really to have a rhyme or reason to it. Like I remember sometimes someone saying to me, or I read it somewhere, you know, that when we think we're doing right, you know, we're doing something wrong oftentimes, or when we think that we're doing an awful thing, sometimes that's exactly the thing we need to be doing. You know, this kind of way, that there's that, we don't really know. I think the best thing to do, in all fairness, is just to show up and do something, or show up and be yourself, like, as best you can be. And this kind of lark, my head is in front of that red. You could substitute my head for that. This kind of lark for me is the thing. Oh, I'm starting to judge it now, you see, straight away coming in with judgment. This kind of lark for me is a way for me to come home to myself. I've told you that before, so that's it. And you can maybe sense the wavering, and what harm? Okay. The wavering between, like, wanting to be successful, wanting to do something successful here. What will I do next? Now, let me see. Wanting to achieve a certain result. Oh my God. Achieve a result. That's the thing, isn't it? Dear God. Now, you can sense that energy is a different one to the kind of creative spirit that we all possess, you know. You see now, but the drive to success is something that we're very deeply, we're brought up with it, really, I suppose. You know, in this the way that the world has been operating. But I think it's changing big time. Look at Margot Margot's playing with the kitchen paper there. I feel like that's changing too. Right. What do I need to do now? Yeah, I feel like the more that we acknowledge it, not being, acknowledge that something else actually is more nourishing for us, then I think we stop seeking success and stop seeking. It's okay to be successful, it's fantastic, isn't it? But actually seeking it. And I don't mean in a big way and career-wise or anything, although that too. I mean seeking success in every move. Or really, I suppose it's the old Delacroix quote again, isn't it? Seeking perfection. He who seeks perfection in everything achieves it in nothing. That's what Delacroix said. And you could get very cross with him for that. Or, sometimes when you recognise it so clearly, I think, what am I doing now? Okay, I was going to try and use a stencil to get the curve in the vase, but in actual fact the vase curves. Well, I could do it at the inside of it like that. So I've mixed I've mixed cadmium red with some, I think it's sap green, to deepen the tone on the right side of the vase there, because I felt like it was getting a bit too, because I wanted to harness the shadow on that side a little bit more. And at the bottom of the vase as well. Should be no harm to continue with the same stencil. I have a fair few stencils that I can use. And if you were at the Lochgreen demonstration and you want the link to those stencils, don't worry. Lily and I are on the case, and our plan is, you see that, our plan is to get that email to you with all the information about the things that I used that day. I'm going to give her the job of sending the email out, to be honest. I'll write it and I'll get her the job of sending it. She's looking for more work as well, so it'll kind of be a beneficial thing, I think, for us both. Because I think delegating feels like a very good idea to me. Now what will I do? You see, I think I want to try and explain. What am I? I'll tell you what the thought process is here now. Is gold tablecloth, lovely. Background dark and muted, and kind of causing the gold tablecloth to sing out. I'm wondering whether to paint the tablecloth behind first. And I need to move up that stock that's there. I'm wondering whether to paint the tablecloth behind first or to paint the background above it. And where will I put the table? That's kind of bright there. I want to show you my fantastic bright neon it's not really going to be this colour now, but that's a neon orange. It's more the neon red, I think. That's the vase. It's kind of an orangey red. That might be useful for that side, or maybe just to do that. Oh God, I don't know if I really needed to do that. What's happened now? Well, I did. I think if I lift it off there, it'll be grand, because it's kind of where that orange gerbera is, underneath there-ish. My hands are a bit dirty too to be moving the paint around now while they're still wet. Okay, I'm going to commit to this now. I'm going to do the background on that side anyway. I'll do the background above the pot, and then we can see what to do about the tabletop after that. The background, I think, might happen with the shortcut is Payne's Grey with white, but I kind of like to make a background, and I've got so many. I like to make a grey myself, and when I've got so many, when I've got so many colours already on the palette, I might as well use them for that. You know, these colours that I've got since yesterday. So let's see what I need to add to them to make the grey of the background. Well, green and red. Although I've used that in the pot, green and red could be a good place to start. What's that like? Purpley colour into it. You know, it's not far off, to be honest. Now that those three together have kind of made something that to me reads as the background. I'll try it out. It's not too bad, sure, isn't it? And I might end up putting some more white into it, I think. Oh, there's red in the feckin' brush now, so I'll get a clean brush. Clean water, clean brush. There's a bit of order happening here. It's not all total chaos. So that's the colour that's happening there now. I'll let it go up there too. Really the main thing is the workout for myself, I reckon, here. The workout. I'm a bit discombobulated with things going left, right and centre, and I think that too is an indication that that's where things are at the moment. And again, it's all right, not the end of the world. Little reminder to buy myself palette knives to help with the clarity of my paint and stuff, but I'm getting there. Got titanium white here now, bit of the purple, and I might just make that colour again, because I've still got some of the red and green, I think. Red and green I do. All these pieces from yesterday are coming in handy. I keep saying yesterday, it was the day before yesterday actually. Yesterday I went and had the most lovely day at Cockenzie. Sat in the gardens. What am I doing? Yeah, I'm gonna mix. You see, what can I do now to mix the colour? I suppose I could use the brush that had the red on it and just put less red then into the mix here. I started to use my trousers for absorbing the paint, because everything else has so much paint on it. Bit of the green. Now this is Hooker's green, but I don't think that's any harm at all. Bit of Hooker's green instead of the sap green, because it'll make it a little bit darker and punchier maybe. And I'm just going to try using that purple again. So I'm making the same colour, hopefully, as I used in the wall. It's got a little bit more green in it, which is good, because I want to cancel out the reddish colour there. I think there's still something in my belly that wants me to do a good job, more than wants me to release myself from any tension. So I'm watching that. But maybe if I just leave it go. Just see the kind of things, you can get tangled up in all sorts of things, can't you? And here I am, painting away. Painting away through it, I suppose, which is not bad. Where's my masking tape gone? There it is. No, you'll know I want the masking tape to cover the right side of the vase there. So examples of self-questioning talk here now is, maybe I should where did I put the thing? Hold on there. I forget what it was I was going to say, which is no harm, is it? Right, so you'll know why I'm putting the tape there if you were at Lochgreen demonstration, because I want to I like to be able to paint freely, and I don't want to disturb the colour that I had already on the vase there. Okay, so it's really just powering through. Sometimes that's what's called for, isn't it? I wonder now, should I put on some more of the purple, or is it white that's needed there? It is that dark, isn't it? And it's going to let me, like, it helps me to be able to see the screen, because I can see how dark the colour really is behind the flowers when I look at the screen. And the delphinium, I think that's delphinium, or maybe it's a hollyhock or something. I think it's delphinium though. That's standing out in the light a little bit beyond the background wall, so it's okay that this colour is darker than that. Where did I put the purple? There it is. I think I need a touch more. Do I? Not really. I need something kind of dark, like ultramarine blue really would be the thing. Or look, I've got Payne's Grey, so I might as well use that. No, that was raw umber. So ultramarine blue, where are you? There it is. Right, and then let's see, how's that? Yeah. I kind of want to just leave it alone, I think. I might just leave it alone and start another one. Yeah, I'm going to leave that one alone. And I'll go up and see if Lily's ready for me to do what she wants me to do next. I need to clean my hands. It's just a small bit of assistance needed. We've got a Kaylee tonight, Callum, who, if you've watched my videos before, you'll know that Callum is Erin's boyfriend, my middle daughter Erin's boyfriend, and it's his 21st birthday today, 11th of March. And so there's a Kaylee happening tonight locally, so we're getting ready for that today. And yeah, really looking forward to live music. It'll be a live band and dancing, and you know, there's nothing better than live music really, and moving your body to it. So that's what we're doing. Myself, Erin and Lily are going. Hope, unfortunately, although fortunately for her really, is in Ireland. She's looking after my brother's children this weekend, and it's my dad's birthday on Monday, so she'll be, and it's actually her boyfriend's birthday on Monday, Lewis. So I think she'll be able to catch the party in Ireland and then get back for Monday for Lewis. Anyway, enough talk. Okay, all the best. See you for another one. I'm not finished yet. I need to vomit more colour out of me.